Hey guys, Mile High back at it with another video. Today we're going to be using this same army that I showed earlier, but today we're actually going to be taking it into the Legends League and seeing how it does. Obviously, I'm putting myself at a disadvantage doing this because the event troops are still absolutely broken, but I'm just so bored of spamming disarmers and literally not even paying attention and just watching them 3-star. So I'm going to be using this army. I'm using a long Royal Champion charge, which is the reason I'm bringing so many Valkyries. I'm just trying to speed the attack up. You could drop Valkyries and you could bring more Super Barbs if you wanted to, but I still have to upgrade heroes. So I'm trying to save my Dark Elixir, so that's why I'm just going to bring extra Valkyries. But Super Barbs are definitely good for cleaning up trash and also setting funnels on the outside to speed this up. So if you guys want to copy this army, there is going to be an army link in the description. And without further ado, let's hop into our first Legend League attack. Alright, so we got double Rage Towers here. I'm just going to go in from this corner over here with the Royal Champion. Try to get a path set, and we should be able to pick up that Giant with the Electro Boots. So I'm dropping the Invises on 7 and 3 to make sure we can actually keep our Spirit Fox alive for the main push in the army. It's my preferred method. I have had a lot of questions about that, so that is what I like to do, and that's why I'm doing that, just to keep the Spirit Fox alive. You're still getting 2 seconds of Spirit Fox invisibility on every cycle, so it actually really adds up, and you get a lot of value. So I'm going to try to focus up here, make sure I don't screw up this charge. So now we got to wait, and then at 27 again, we'll drop our next Invis. And now at 23, and it walked out, so I did drop it just a little bit early there. So 20, and now at 17. And she goes up. I didn't really expect her to go up, and now at 13, this is our last one. And then right before 17, we can recall her out. Hopefully we can get this Inferno Tower, but I'm not going to be too greedy here. And we do get the Inferno, and we set up a nice path here. So I'm going to use a couple Valkyries just to set the funnel over here. Take out this stuff over here. I'm going to drop the king actually over with the queen on this one. I don't always do that. I'm going to wall break them in as well. Get our root riders in, all of our healers. We're going to fight the CC on the outside of the base, which is actually pretty nice. Hopefully our queen doesn't die here, but she might actually go down. The king's going down really early too, which is unfortunate. We got really stalled up by the clan castle out there, so this isn't going all too well. I just need to watch and make sure I get a good warden ability here. I don't know if I should rage it or not. No, I'm not going to rage quite yet. Hopefully my warden will step up and get those Valkyries in. Alright, we'll hit the warden ability now. We're going to rage through the backside of the town hall here. So yeah, this was a pretty badly executed attack. I'm going to drop one wizard up there to start cleaning up. Hopefully, yeah, we lost dang near everything on the outside here, but hopefully our Valkyries can pick up this cane and give us enough power to push through the backside of the base. Pretty poorly executed. We did get a good Royal Champion charge, but unfortunately she might wander out ahead of our army here and die. Hopefully not. Our Valkyries do pick up the cane. We still have quite a bit of push here actually, but unfortunately our Royal Champion is going to go down because our Spirit Fox just died. We're going to pop her ability. Hopefully we can take out that multi-archer tower at least. Going to get the air defense, but that really doesn't matter anyway because all of our healers did end up dying. Our balloons didn't make it very far into the base to trigger a bunch of traps, so we lost our healers pretty early as well. I don't know, this might be a little bit close, but really all we have left is the monolith. So if we can get good pathing here, hopefully something follows our root riders, so it's not just the root riders on the monolith, because they just don't do very much damage. And the cane is just out on the outside of the base, not doing anything. Yeah, we're going to fall short on this one. That's really unfortunate. A couple mistakes ended up costing me here. It's just going to be a time fail. We would definitely end up having... Yeah, we would have the power, I'm pretty sure. Our cane does one-shot that wall, but yeah, we're going to get a 99%. That monolith, please go down. No, it didn't go down. Oh, 99%. That's frustrating, but I made lots of mistakes, so I really didn't deserve the 3-star there. So I'm going to catch you guys in the next one. All right, so into our second attack here, we have another double Rage Tower base. So I'm thinking I'm just going to send the RC from this bottom corner here, not overthink it too much. Try to focus up here. Drop the first one on 7. You definitely want to make sure you're making your Fox invisible too to make sure she stays alive. I was a little bit late on that, so we did get targeted, but it's not going to matter too much. Only took a couple shots from some expos. 44, 43. It's hard to do this while talking because you got to count, but at least I can kind of watch the clock doing it this way. Don't have to worry as much about it. Drop our next Invis. Hopefully we can get into that compartment over there with the Inferno Towers. I'm hoping she doesn't wander. Oh, I missed my Invis. I thought she was going to go left. She ended up going right, but that's okay because we should end up just being able to wait for this Spirit Fox now. And hopefully she passed back into the Inferno and not to the Mortar. Okay. Got lucky there. We're going to make that multi-archer tower invisible so we can take out this Inferno. And now can we get a couple shots? We might be able to take it out. No, I'm not going to risk it. It's going to be too close. So I'm just going to go in from this side over here. Drop some Valkyries to funnel. Alright, we're going to get our Ice Golem in first this time so we don't lose everything instantly. We're going to get our Apprentice Warden actually in with those this time as well. Get our Siege Barracks. Now we'll spam everything else in the middle. We do have the Kane over here to pick up from this army camp, which is actually really nice. We should get more value out of it this time because last time it was just way too slow. And our action figure on the Queen is only level 9, I believe, so that's why the Giant died so fast, if you guys were wondering. I'm going to rage through all this damage right here. I'm actually going to hit the Warden ability now because our Brute Riders were actually getting really weak there. So, where's our King? Our King must be with the main army here, which is actually really nice. I'm going to wait for these Ice Golems to go down. Then I'm going to pop him, open up all these walls back here. Does a lot of damage to the Town Hall. Alright, so we have a Giant over here, so I'm going to snipe that off with a Wizard and get him going in on offense, try to take out some of those buildings over there and at least distract as we push into the backside of the base here. Yeah, we're kind of dying out again. Our healer's sitting behind, getting targeted by that multi-Inferno is really frustrating. Of course, they don't path behind the main army, so they just end up dying. Alright, our Giant took out the enemy Queen, I believe it was. Now it's fighting the enemy Yeeter. Fortunately, it is tanking that ground expo, though, which isn't too bad. Our Queen's in here. Please get that multi-archer tower down before she goes. No, she dies. And we're going to fall just short again, I believe. This might be another 99%, unless maybe our King can get through, but I don't think he's in the stage where he still does extra damage to the walls, and he goes down. Yeah, I know this multi-archer tower is so weak, too. And that's going to be a 98. So we go 99%, followed by a 98%. That sucks. Alright, into our next attack, we have double poison towers this time. We've got the Town Hall with a dead zone around it. I do kind of want to get out the stuff at the backside of the base here. I think I'm going to drop on the mortar and have her path up to that new cannon, and then she should path into that Inferno tower compartment there. So we're going to drop the first one on 7. Unfortunately, we do pull some Teslas here. Shouldn't be the end of the world, though. We'll take out the Tesla farm early, which is nice. Drop on 7. I actually kind of tried to make that invisible so she'd path to that. I really need her to... Oh, that was a bad invis. I was actually already only at 1 because I lost count, wasn't paying attention. So our Fox is going to go down here. So now we just have to keep her invisible. This was really, really poorly executed. That's why I don't like talking while doing RC charges, because it's hard to focus when you got to count. Now I got to drop them every 4 seconds, so it's even worse because we don't have the Spirit Fox alive anymore. We're basically just going to get this compartment here. Make sure she doesn't go down. We'll drop one more, get that builder hut, and then we'll just recall her out. We did still break the ring of defenses, but I obviously wanted to get that Inferno and stuff out of the way, so that's really not good value there. So we're going to drop our Ice Golem first. We're just going to Queen rather, and Siege Barracks. We're going to wall break her in. Then we're going to spam the rest of our army in here. Try to get it in a little quicker this time. I've been a little bit slow. Let's go with the RC, and then when the walls open up, you definitely will want to wait for the walls to open up to get your Valkyries in so they don't wander around the outside of the base. The enemy Royal Champion is going to go down. I kind of wish I had the Rocket Spear here on the Royal Champion to snipe that Town Hall, because I don't know if we're going to path into it here. We're going to try to hit our Warden ability if we can get these Valkyries in, but they're surging forward, and our Warden is just slowly taking his sweet-ass time way behind the rest of the troops. Okay, we do path the Town Hall. We're going to rage there just to make sure that goes down. Our RC ability is forced. Yeah, this attack was kind of a mess. Messed up our RC charge at the beginning. Our Queen's, our King's down really early. Lost a lot of our Valkyries because we were a little bit late on our Warden ability there. That's frustrating. We still have a chance. Hopefully we can pick up that Kane back there, but unfortunately this single Inferno is just not going to go down. It's going to be picking off our Valkyries here. But if we can get that Kane, actually, we still have some pretty healthy heroes. We just need our RC to take out that Inferno, which she does. Now we're going to pick up the Kane, so we might actually have this. We've got a Giant alive. We still have one Root Rider, which should be able to open that wall up. Warden's still alive. We actually still have healers up this time as well. All this stuff is stuff that was supposed to go down to the RC charge, so it wouldn't have even been close. It would have been completely overkilled if I could have got that stuff down. But we're going to get it nonetheless. That's going to be our first 3-star. We started off with 2 time fails, which is really frustrating. But we picked this one up, our first 3-star, so hopefully that gets the lid off the basket, and hopefully we get some more. So I'll catch you guys in the next one. Alright, on to our next one, we have an Invis finally, and a Rage Tower. So what I'm going to do here, I'm definitely going to want to send my Queen's Giant Arrow in over here, and we'll pick up that Giant to help. And we also have a Kane down here at the bottom. So yeah, I'm just going to pick up the Kane early, I think. With the, actually, I might save it. Now, I'm going to see if the Electro Boots will take it out. And if not, it's not that big of a deal. Just get a little extra push with our RC charge here. If anything, it'll tank for my Fox, who just refuses to walk into the Invis for some reason. Finally surges forward. Alright, on 3, we'll drop the next one. He's going to go into his second stage now, where he basically turns into an Electro Titan. So we basically have double Electro Boots right now. And he's kind of joined up, which is nice. I was trying to keep them both invisible, but of course now he wanders off. Is our Fox still alive? It's kind of hard to tell. I can't really see. There's so much going on here. Okay, yeah, our Fox is still alive. Drop it on 3. Unfortunately, we're targeting the Clan Castle, which sucks. But if we could get that Ice Hound down, that's actually really nice for our later push. I'm going to make it invisible, though. It's weak enough to where it's not going to cause us any issues now. We're going to recall. Oh, I actually caught the Kane in the recall. I didn't know I would have that much space to actually recall that out as well. But we're going to get our Ice Golem down. We're going to snipe. We're going to get the Giant. We'll get our Siege Barracks down. We will wall break them into that next compartment there. And now we're just going to spam our main army in. Alright, we'll get the King going with the main... Oh, did it? Okay, it did call our RC. It looked weird there for a second. It had a weird symbol on it. I was wondering if it only recalled the Kane and not our RC for a second, but we're good. Unfortunately, our Warden is not surging forward with the rest of the army for some reason. Okay, now we're pretty well grouped up here. Going to pop the Warden ability here in a second. Right now, as we're approaching the Town Hall, we're going to rage in that nasty core right there. Hopefully we can get that Town Hall out early. Okay, the Invis Tower obviously didn't re-trigger yet. We got it triggered with our Queen's Giant Arrow. I'm trying to look if I can get any value with this Wizard, but I don't really think I can because of that Mortar. So I'm just going to hold on to it right now. Where's our King at? Okay, our King's over here on the right, so I want to use him to break open this next wall. Hopefully our Valkyries... Okay, I'm going to do it now because our Royal Champion and our Queen are about to die. Try to protect them, but we can't. Okay, we're not going to be able to do much with this Wizard here, so I'm just going to put him down to help snipe out this enemy disarmer, because those things are scary. They do so much damage. But luckily we have Valkyries, so it does get melted. Is this wall open here? Okay, our Kane's inside the wall. Can he open that last wall? Okay, we're good. Another 3-star. We still have 2 full health heroes. That Kane came in clutch there. If you can keep that Kane with your main push of the army, it's really overpowered. Alright, into attack number 5. We have another dead zone with the Town Hall. It's got the Clan Castle in there as well. Man, these are so hard to scout. I hate these bases that have all these decorations. Okay, we have double poison towers. Both the enemy army camps are at the back there. Both the friendly ones are on this side. So, let's see. I guess it doesn't matter which side I go in from here. I'm going to go in from the giant side so I can get the Kane with my main army. Try to keep that giant invisible a little bit if I can, but... yeah, it just wanders around the outside, going to that Wizard Tower. That's alright, though. Alright, where is my Fox? Okay, she's in there invisible. She's hard to see with these decorations and stuff here. I kind of lost track of her there for a second. Okay, 37. We'll make them invisible. We should be able to hit the giant here as well, which is nice. Okay, our Fox back in the invis. You gotta be really careful with the Fox, because they like to wander off and just die for no reason. Okay, I think she's still alive. I think she's still right next to our Royal Champion. Yeah, we're good. So we got one more cycle here. That Giant's actually getting some nice value with its splash damage. We make him invisible. Okay, so right before 7, we'll recall out. I'm being kind of greedy here. I want this multi-archer tower. And we do get it. Okay, so we're just going to drop a couple Valkyries up here to clean this up. I'm going to drop the Wizard as well to take off those archers and hopefully get that storage. All right, we'll drop our Queen, get our Siege Barracks down, get the wall break in early so I don't forget about it, which I do often. All right, now we're just spamming everything in at this point. Should be able to drop our Valkyries now. The reason I'm using so many Valkyries with this is because we're doing such a long Royal Champion charge. I think it's just good to have all these Valkyries just to speed up the attack a little bit. Alright, let's try to get a good Warden ability here. Try to zoom in and see. We're frozen up by Ice Golems right now. We got one more freeze. We're still pretty healthy, to be honest. So I'm going to try to delay this as long as I can here. We have the Kane in there as well. Okay, before the Royal Champion walks out, I'm going to pop it. I'm going to rage in here next to the Town Hall. Now this one's the best executed one yet so far, I believe. It's looking pretty crushed, but we'll see here. We do still have to encounter the enemy yeeter as well as the disarmer in the back of the base here. Hit our king ability to open all these walls. Our healers are actually still up. This Kane is still full health. We still have our RC ability. Our queen's still alive. Our king's still basically full health, and he still has Phoenix as well. We're just fighting off the enemy disarmer and yeeter now, which slowed us up a little bit. But our queen should be able to pick up all this junk on the outside here. And then we still have our RC ability to push through this last compartment here. We do still have a fire spitter. We do still have that multi-gear cannon, but we should be fine. We'll hit the RC ability now when the fire spitter goes down. Those hogs should be able to rip through the rest of that. Oops, I accidentally scrolled. Yeah, we're chilling. This one's crushed. All four of our heroes still alive. We still have the Kane up. All right, we're starting to get in a groove here now. Starting to get a little bit of momentum. I'll catch you guys in attack number 6. All right, actually, I've used this base before. I used to have this base, and I used to do friendly challenges on it, so I hopefully shouldn't fail this, but it's been a long time. All right, where do we want to come in from? We have the double invises, which is annoying, but I'm going to send the RC charge actually from over here. I want to make sure she paths in, so I'm going to actually drop her over on the side. All right, we'll drop her first on 7. It will trigger that invis, and then she will retarget, which is fine. We'll pick up that Kane. 50, okay, now at 47, we'll drop our next invis. Should be good. Hopefully she doesn't go out. Okay, perfect. We have the Kane invisible as well. Hopefully she keeps pathing this way, and I can keep them together, actually. I'm going to drop it a little farther forward just to get one more invis on that Kane there. Drop another one here, make the Kane invisible again. He is going to die, but he's going to go to his second stage where he basically turns into an Electro Titan. Make him invis again. I actually did miss the Kane there, but he's making quick work of the RC troops, or the RC troops. I don't even know what the hell I'm saying anymore. The Clan Castle troops is what I meant to say. Okay, we got one more invis here. We'll drop it on 3. And we'll actually hopefully destroy that army camp and get this yeeter activated. And then we'll deal with him on the outside of the base, hopefully. So we're going to queen, giant arrow. We'll get this in. That wasn't the best giant arrow, but it's not the end of the world. Wall break in there at that section. All right, so I actually should have trimmed this out first. That was pretty poorly executed. I'm just going to drop a bunch of Valkyries over here. Yeah, that was a massive mistake on my part. I was not paying attention to how many things we still had over here. Now we'll spam in the rest of our army. Hopefully I didn't screw up the attack doing that. I kind of tunnel visioned there and was looking over at the left side to set that side of the funnel and didn't realize we still had all this trash left here at the back still. That's unfortunate, but we should honestly be all right here. We're going to hit an early king ability, which is not ideal, but unfortunately we kind of had to. And let's see here. Do we need our warden ability yet? Yeah, everything's starting to split up now, so we'll use it. If our RC can get the Town Hall here, that'd be really nice, but I don't think she's going to just because of all the enemy heroes. I'm going to pop her Hog Puppet. And unfortunately that invis triggers again, but we pretty much took out that whole compartment anyway. The Town Hall is not going to go down. So I'm going to rage here right at this corner wall. We'll get our wizard over here for cleanup. This has got 1-star risk here. Do we still have any army camps to get the giant? No, we don't. Okay, I need a root rider to break the wall, which it finally does. The warden is targeting the Town Hall. Okay, we're good. This is going to be another close one, though. We have all 4 heroes on the backside to fight here, and unfortunately, we don't have any headhunters. I should probably drop a couple Valkyries and add headhunters. I don't know why I didn't do that. That was kind of a mistake on my part, and I just now noticed it because we haven't really run into this issue yet. Okay, the Minion Prince goes down. We're fighting the enemy disarmer, too, which sucks. Yeah, this is going to be a fail. And that was poorly executed by me. We do actually get the heroes down. Wait a second. We still have a chance. I just need the queen to quickly make quick work of this. Come on. Go down, Royal Champion. All right, we got 8 seconds. We're cutting it close. This could be another 99%, but I think we actually got it. Wow, I did not execute that well, and we still 3-starred the base, which just goes to show you how powerful this attack really is. All right, I believe this is attack number 7, another double poison tower base, which seems to kind of be the meta right now. I've been seeing a lot of those. All right, where do we want to come in from here? It's going to be hard to get our Royal Champion into the base anywhere. So we're just going to go from a corner and just see where she paths. Yeah, this is definitely an anti-RC charge base, just with all these defenses on the outside of the walls here. This is actually the kind of base that I run, very similar to help against the RC charge, and it's very effective. So we're honestly just going to go with the flow here, kind of react on the fly. Why did she... I did not see that mortar over there. Oh, I thought she was going to go to that builder hut. I didn't see that mortar hidden over there in the trash buildings. Just what I'm saying. So many defenses out here on the outside of the walls. Got to really be paying attention or you can miss those easily. We're going to pick up the monolith. We should get a fire spitter as well, which is actually pretty solid. If we could trigger this Giga Bomb, that would be nice as well as the poison tower. That'd be kind of nice. Obviously, our RC is going to get hit. Hopefully, our Fox survives, which it does. All right. Yeah, let's recall out. We did trigger both of those, which is exactly what we needed. I'm trying to debate now if I want to come in from the left or the right. I think we have a better funnel set over here, so I'm just going to do this. All right, we got a decent giant arrow there. I'm trying to debate. Yeah, no, I'm not going to. I was going to drop the king out here with the queen, but I changed my mind. Let's get the rest of our troops in here. We're going to wait for this wall to open up to drop in our Valkyries just so they don't all wander around the outside. Our Royal Champion is somehow getting wrecked by this ricochet cannon. Finally goes invisible from the Fox. That's why you want to have the Fox, because having all these cycles of invisibility later in the attack is just so clutch. I'm actually going to use my Warden ability now to protect my RC. Try to hold on to her ability a little bit longer. We're going to use the Wizard to hopefully get this giant over here. I just don't know if that Archer Tower is going to allow us to do it. All right, we forced our King ability on the outside there, but that's all right. Got a nice rage spell here. We should be able to get this Fire Spitter, hopefully. Come on, go down. We need that Fire Spitter to go down. It doesn't, unfortunately. Come on. Oh, we lost our force. Okay, we do have the Royal Champion in here still. But look, she's back to full health. And our Fox is actually healed back up as well from the healers, which is really clutch. That's why you want to keep the Fox alive. We didn't get the giant. That would be really nice right now. I'd hope to have the Wizard take out that giant so it could tank all these defenses on the backside. And that would have just kept our Royal Champion alive through the whole back end of this base. But now we're going to be cutting it close. Unfortunately, that Archer Tower did pick off our Wizard. Come on, Royal Champion, stay alive. Come on, she's going to go down, I think. Oh, she just dies. But we do pick up the giant now. Hopefully it's fast enough to get out in front of our troops here. This is all that's left in the base here, I believe. Let me do a double take. Yeah, I don't see any other buildings. So we're going to be cutting it close again on time. Come on, let's get through it. I need this giant to get up here and actually get some shots off with his splash damage to take out a couple buildings at once. He's moving so slow, though. Come on. No, skeletons. Don't do this to me. Not another 99. Come on. No way. Another 99%. If our Wizard over here would have picked off that army camp, that easily would have been a 3-star. That's devastating. That's our second 99%. Alright, into our final attack here. Oh man, that sucks. 2 99%. That's really going to hurt. Especially since everyone else is still just going to be spamming disarmers. I'm definitely going to go minus 320 on defense. But, oh well, is what it is. Where do I want to go in from here? I don't want to go in towards the enemy yeeter or disarmer because that could do a lot of work. And I can't really path in over there just because there's so many buildings on the outside. So we're going to path in over here. I don't know if it's going to work or not, but I guess we'll find out. I just didn't want her to wander around the outside of the base to all those trash buildings again. Okay, 48, 47. We'll drop our next one. 43. We're keeping our Fox invisible this time, which is really nice. 38, 37. Hopefully I can get this Fire Spitter here. She should hopefully take the Expo and then take the turn back towards the Fire Spitter. Yeah, that's exactly what happens. That's perfect. Alright, drop her next invis. Now we kind of need to see which way she goes. I think she's going to go up to the air defense. Okay, no, she doesn't. Good thing we had time to react that time. Goes to the Wizard Tower. So we got one more cycle of invis left. Hopefully pick off some of this trash on here. I'm actually going to let her go to Fox this time. And that was a terrible idea because the Fox ended up dying. It looked like I had plenty of time, but apparently I didn't. So we're going to recall her out. All right, now where do we want to go from? It's basically all just trash over on this side. We're just going to drop a good amount of Valkyries. We're going to snipe out that Kane, and that should take care of all that stuff over there. We'll get the Queen over here to pick up that giant. We're going to siege barracks. What are we going to do? Yeah, we're actually going to drop the apprentice warden with that stuff this time because I need it all to stay alive. Yeah, it's dropping down here. All of our Valkyries are getting wrecked for some reason. I thought with the Kane over there that'd be enough. But we still have 10 Valkyries left. We're all right here. We're going to wait a second. All right, we're going to drop them in now to help deal with the ice golems. The nice thing about Valkyries is they can splash damage down all the ice golems at once. We're actually going to rage right away through this nasty rage compartment here because our Valkyries are getting pretty weak. Hopefully our warden will go forward. Come on, go forward. No, I'm not going to. He's caught in a tornado trap. We have to use him early. Yeah, this is not going well. Where's our king at? I don't see the king. Okay, he is in there in the middle. That's all right. It opened up the walls. The town hall is going to go down. We do still have a decent push here. That monolith is going to do work, but we do still have our royal champion's ability. This was, again, not a very well executed attack. I'm so bad at attacking live. That's why I mostly do replays, because I tend to screw these up. But we actually still have a lot of force here. Didn't look like it was going that well, but this is actually pretty crushed. We still have 3 basically full health heroes alive. That yeeter is not going to be much of a problem. It's way weaker than the disarmer on defense, so we should be perfectly fine here. Yeah, we're chilling. Another 3-star. Could have had a perfect day. We had 299%, which is brutal. That's really unlucky. Drop a like if you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you guys next time.